All right. Hey guys, welcome back to the Underground. This is Interactive Chat, Volume 43, our weekly podcast, Solo Man podcast, where we go through everything, news, reviews, discussions, announcements, all that good stuff every single Thursday night. Hope everyone's doing well out there. We're going to be talking about some PSVR2. Tons and tons to talk about today. Oh my goodness. I hope you're ready. Because today's episode is a lot like the month of October for PSVR2 players in that it's absolutely stacked. It's so stacked with information and tons of stuff to talk about and more than you can handle. So strap in, get comfy, kick back, relax. And this is, of course, Interactive Chat, where I like to interact with you guys and say, what up, Blue Jew, the Underground Game Cat Elite Name Squad in the house tonight. Hello, my lovely. Johnny Rypop, the Stray Cat, good to see you. Says Jim leaves and there's news. Stingray X, don't come to LA. Why not? I've been to LA. It's not so bad. A lot of traffic, but Haseeb Mirza says, sup, dude, here for the Jim Ryan support group. Well, you're not going to find much of that today. I'm going to be honest with you. Right off the bat, we're going to rip that Band-Aid right off. Nihilus Ryan, my metal feline friend, Scoby Man, Silver Nexus, Kill Artist, Alex, Game Cat Chicago. Now I need a chili dog or like a deep dish pizza or something. What is up, all you lovely people, including Scott Jestico, the PSVR Game Cat, for life. Good to see all of you. We got tons to talk about today, so we are going to go ahead and not mess around and go ahead and kick things off. We've got some huge news that is going to completely change the landscape of PlayStation and PlayStation 5 and PSVR 2, and I think for the better. And we're about to discuss why. But first, there's also been some new game releases. And also, there's been a huge random, it's just one of those Thursdays where PlayStation said, hey, let's go ahead and just post a boatload of news and announcements and release dates in the PlayStation blog and on Twitter because that's where they like to do this thing for some reason. But no, anyways, it's all good because it's really exciting. We've also got some latest updates on Project Wingman, one of my most anticipated games that I was hoping was for real, and it is absolutely real. And we not only got confirmation that it's coming, but a little bit as to when to expect it, as well as some hands-on first impressions that I cannot wait to share. So much stuff, you guys. It is awesome. Things are awesome after, a week ago, I took last week off and I didn't really take off last week. I didn't do the show last week. I opted to play No Man's Sky and stream that Echoes update, which was super fun. If you haven't gone yet, make sure you go check it out. See what you're missing in the first 5 minutes because, wow, that update has just been incredible. And it's been amazing, and I've been enjoying it, playing it every single day still, and can't wait to make more videos on it. But man, there's, I got to do it fast if I want to do it because holy crap, there's some other stuff incoming really soon. But yeah, I decided not to do the show last week because honestly, like Hellsweeper was one of my most anticipated games, and We made jokes about not pre-ordering anything except maybe Hellsweeper, and it turns out that no, the truth is don't pre-order absolutely anything because nothing is safe these days. There's still some issues we're running into, and yeah, honestly, fuck Hellsweeper for now. For now, I love those devs. I love that game. I want to love that game. I love Sirento, I should say, and I'm really looking forward to playing it when it actually launches, or when it's actually ready for launch, I should say, which is not right now. I jumped into the Hellsweeper for about 5 minutes, and I was like, fuck this. Like, this is looks horrendous and looks so awful, and I refuse to play it until it gets patched. Whether that be later this year, Q4, as the devs have stated, or there's more additional visual updates coming in early 2024, I will wait. I can totally wait. I got plenty of other stuff to play in the meantime. So in the meantime, I'm just going to be focusing on the other things that deserve the respect and, excitement that we like to have around here. I like to be excited, man. I don't like it when my hype gets killed or dies down from stuff. I like to be excited about games. I love to look forward to great games coming and being awesome at launch, and that is all I will accept. But anyways, so wow, guys, wow. The biggest news of the biggest news ever. I mean, this is bigger than PSVR2 even, dropped yesterday. And that is, of course, one of the headlines for today. We're going to go ahead and get this out of the way. Let me get this, let me get the Resident Evil 4 trailer down. Although, Resident Evil 4, guys, woo-wee, cannot wait. Game's on sale right now, by the way. If you're interested in getting it, look, I guarantee you it's going to be really good. So don't, if you want to get it, now's probably a good time while it's on sale. I haven't bought it yet because I'm debating whether I want a physical version or I want the regular version or the deluxe version. I haven't decided yet, but I will soon before the sale runs out. But man, cannot wait. That is supposed to be coming not only this winter, but a PlayStation blog post said that Resident Evil 4 is actually expected to come this year as well. So man, if that happens, that'll be super cool. I definitely would like it. The sooner the better. Whatever. I just give it to me. But I always take the PlayStation blog stuff with a little grain of salt because I don't know. Even Sony gets it wrong, unfortunately, which is probably one of the many, many, many reasons that led up to this first headline of the day. And that is, of course, the announcement that Jim Ryan, CEO of PlayStation Studios, is actually going to be retiring in 2024, in March of 2024. Now, let me just say this real quick, guys. If you're a fan of Jim Ryan, if you are sensitive to people's own opinions that, may not know every single thing, then you might want to turn away now. But if not, if you just want to hear my opinion and my point of view from, what I have, then stay, get comfy a while because we got to talk about this. That is correct. Jim Ryan is stepping down March of 2024. And let me just say, thank God. I am very, very pleased by this news. Now, no disrespect to him as a person, whatever. I've heard disclaimer. I don't know much about Jim Ryan and his history with PlayStation prior to becoming the president. I never even heard his name before. I'm sure he's done a lot of great things for PlayStation, for the industry that I am unaware of. What I am going to be talking from the perspective of is just what I do know. And that's basically his reign as CEO for the last 4 sufferable years. And, everything was really going well with PSVR. We had Sean Layden, we had Jack Tretton, we had Shuhei Yoshida as president. And, we were very, very happy with them. And the second it got announced that they were changing positions, that there was a big shuffle, we immediately grew very, very concerned because we liked, even though it wasn't perfect, even though there were still lots of issues that continued to this day, we liked the heart, the creativity, the passion, the connection we had with the leadership over there at PlayStation. And ever since they've, Jim Ryan and Herman Hulst have taken over, I mean, I have 4 years of rants about my displeasure with the way things have been run, with the management. I think, and I'm not the only one. There's plenty of people. Now, I know that he is more of a businessman, but here's the God's honest truth. From what I have witnessed, he's not even that good of a businessman. He has not done his job to sell every last bit of PlayStation and make it the finest quality product that I am accustomed to it being. I've been a PlayStation fan for 25 years, and this era of leadership and everything, honestly, the biggest comparison I hear it get compared to is the early PS3 era, the one where they told you basically, if you can't afford PS3, go out and get a second job. This is the closest thing I have seen to that. So I think let me just say, guys, like, I'm celebrating over here. Like, not that not that anything like bad happens or whatever. I'm celebrating the dawn of a new era. And let me tell you, I fully believe that we have dodged a huge bullet by him choosing to resign or retire, we'll say respectfully, retire. But anyways, so the question moving forward is who is going to be taking this position, however. That is a very, very important question indeed. Right now, Hiroki Totoki, I believe his name is going to be the interim CEO. But who's going to be taking the mantle for good? Some people have said, they're like, maybe Herman Hulst. No, please, God, do not let Herman Hulst. First of all, I don't think Herman Hulst is going to take that position. Secondly, for the love of God, no. That dude has the personality of a plank of wood, and I don't like it. I like Herman Hulst, I do, but dude has no personality. These dudes, I don't like any of these dudes. I like transparency, and I understand that when you're in a business, especially a multi-billion-dollar corporation or whatever, like maybe transparency isn't always the best thing. Right. But there's a difference between transparency sometimes and then like just being completely hidden, coming out, saying some, the only time you see Herman Hulst and Jim Ryan is when there's a big event and they come out and they say 3 scripted words and then they disappear for years. And that is not the kind of leadership we need for this. No, no, your asses are going to be front and center all the time. But yeah, man. So, I see some people in the chat. I see Kill Artist. Dude, Shuhei. Now, Shuhei. There's been a big question. How is this Jim Ryan stepping down going to impact PlayStation VR2? Well, I think anything is good. I don't care who it is, honestly. I don't think you can get much worse than Jim Ryan when it comes to the impact that it has for PSVR2. So whoever replaces him may not have a huge benefit to PSVR2, but it's going to be better, I would imagine. The only other there's only one worst case scenario, which is somebody that's like, yeah, we're going to axe PSVR2. That's but I don't think that's going to be the case here. PlayStation, listen, I actually talked to some people, as I have some contacts at PlayStation, not like contacts, but some people I mingle with, I guess. And let me tell you, from the highest to the lowest, there are a lot of people that care a great deal about PlayStation VR2, a great deal. And I don't think that their passion for gaming, I don't think that their passion for VR has been fully represented by the current leadership, and it shows. I don't think this current leadership has had a connection with the developers, a connection with the fans, a connection with all these people. I talked to developers too, and yes, they are also happy about this. It is not just from what I hear, it's not been great. And it shows. It shows in the product. It shows in the marketing. It shows in the community, everything. So this is great news as far as I'm concerned. Sorry to be so blunt and forward about it, but like I said, I've been complaining about Sony's leadership, PlayStation's leadership for years. And I think the board of directors or whoever is in charge of that made the right call in kind of saying, hey, it's time. It's time to move on. This isn't working. It's time to do something new. Try something new. this was good. Very, very good. And I think we're going to start seeing some little positive things, just like when the good leadership left and you started instantly seeing some bad things start to happen. You know what? I think the first game that released when Jim Ryan took over was like Espire 1, and it was like broken, and it was just like, it's like a metaphor, man. It was a metaphor of things to come. And it just, I know that there's lots of other moving parts. There was lots of other things going on. There's a lot of stuff changing, which also was part of it too. But it's just like little by little. I gave this leadership years of my life saying, okay, I'll give you a little bit longer. I'll give you a little bit longer. Well, after like 2 years, which is a long time, by the way, I was like, I'm done. These guys aren't it. And so this news is really, really good for me, personally. I'm very happy about it. And I think you will be happy in the long run as well. Woo! Well, that was my 20-minute rant about Jim Ryan leaving. Oh my lordy, what is up, guys? Good to see you. Thank you all for joining. Silver Nexus, thank you so much for the donation. Says it's clear YouTube can't handle Master AJ of the Game Cat Dojo at full force. Yeah, I don't know what happened there for a minute. I guess I was having some kind of mic issues. Thank you for the support, my friend. Thank you all for the support. Just like Nihilus Ryan, my metal feline friend, says, tell us how you really feel, AJ. Yeah, I think I just did. Dude, no, I'm not going to lie. I was in the Discord last night with Brian and like a couple other people, and I was just going off. I was so happy. And I just kept saying how I have the song Celebrate Good Time, come on, stuck in my head. This is really good news for us, guys. This is really good news. I believe so. And I can't wait to see, guys, if Shuhei gets CEO like he should, like, oh my God, like I will die. That could be the best case scenario for us right now, because as we all know, Shuhei is a huge champion, contributor, proponent, everything to do with VR. I mean, if without Shuhei, I'm not sure we would even have PSVR or PSVR2. That would be amazing. Plus, he's so just, he's such a nice guy. He's so likable. He's so relatable. He's a hardcore gamer, which I love, on top of it all. I freaking love that dude. He is amazing. And all the developers that I talk to that have interacted with you just say how he's like the most stand-up, nicest, most pleasant human being ever. And I think it shows, man. I think people know that. You can see it. Because guess what? You can actually see him. He is actually visible in public and actually exists, and doesn't exist only behind closed, dark rooms with cigars and boardrooms and stuff. He's very much a man of the people, which I respect endlessly. Love that dude. If he doesn't get the job, though, I don't think I'd be super shocked. I hope he does. He would be my number one pick. Some people have also speculated like maybe Sean Layden, something coming back. I don't know. If I were to ever double dip with a CEO and a president and leadership, it's not every day you double dip with those kinds of positions, but if I did, it would certainly be those people. Once again. Oh, guys, I think I've said my piece about Jim Ryan. Like I said, I wish him a great retirement. He's definitely earned it. I know he's probably done a lot of shit that I have no idea about. He's probably worked his ass off. But from what I have seen and witnessed and been a part of, as a fan, as a consumer, as a gamer, I have not liked a single bit of it. So I am totally fine with this move. Anyways, what is up, Awesome Tatum, Mustang, 750R, Robert Lawrence, Funky Sloth? Good to see you. All yours history, Chibizilla. Guys, woo, wow. Okay. Let me get a drink real quick. All right. Now that I got that off my chest, 30 minutes into the show, I don't know if you heard or not, but there's a lot of stuff happening. Guys, the biggest month in PSVR2 I feel like we say this like every other month. It's like, guys, the biggest PSVR2 month is coming. And I mean, to be fair, it has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. But yeah, man. So the biggest month is right around the corner. We are just days away from October. And oh my God, October is so freaking stacked. It's ridiculous, man. It is absolutely ridiculous. The beginning of October is stacked with a bunch of some really cool looking indie games. The end of October is stacked with monsters, absolute monsters that we're going to get into today. But first, I'd like to share some impressions because somehow I have found time to keep up with some of the newer releases that have been going on. And listen, this is really important. Please don't go away when I bring this up. Robert Lawrence, thank you for the $10 donation. I appreciate you, man. He says, feel better. I feel great. I have never felt better in my life, Robert Lawrence. But thank you. Your donation certainly helps. I appreciate you guys. I gotta talk about this real quick. Please don't get bored because you might actually like what I have to say here. But a game came out earlier this week. I'm going to be rolling some of my own footage here. And it is Paper Beast, man. And so this game, I actually have a full review on my channel from the PSVR 1 version. This is by Eric Chahi and his team. And it has been re-released as the enhanced version on PSVR 2. And let me tell you guys, so this game was given out for free during the Days of Play initiative, or Days of Play initiative, something like that. It was given out for free, and if you own a copy of this game, it is a $5 upgrade. Let me just say, so far, I've played about an hour of this. I've beaten this before. I actually got the Platinum Trophy on PSVR 1. Let me just say right off the bat, do I think this is worth it? Yes, actually. There's a couple things let me point out, though. First of all, the big improvement, first and foremost, is that this game now has full locomotion and smooth turning. My number one complaint back on PSVR. That makes a huge difference in terms of immersion, in terms of enjoyment for me. I played about 50 minutes of it last night, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't want to stop playing it. Now, here's the thing. It does have some issues that are still carried over from last gen, which is some of the graphics and stuff are a little bit, it has a wonderful art style. But some of the graphics, while it's better, some of the animations, some of the stuff has a little bit of aliasing in quite a bit of it. So there's a lot of technical things you can pick apart in this game. Absolutely. It's definitely not perfect, but I loved a lot of the things that I loved about this game. And I said in my review back in the day, I think I gave it a 6.5 or 6.4, something around there. I said, don't let the low score fool you. This game actually is pretty cool and does some really neat things. Well, I feel like that's the same case here again, except it's slightly better. It is definitely better because of the full locomotion and smooth turning. And there's a slight resolution bump, I think, overall. There's still some aliasing, but the game, I think, just overall is so much more enjoyable now. GameCat Chicago says, does the smooth turning bother you? No. Some people have said that, you know, it is like this weird, maybe slightly like accelerated turning thing. It doesn't bother me one bit. I don't care. I just happy to have smooth turning, and I'm totally cool with that. But guys, this game is really cool, and if you're a fan of Eric Chahi's work, like Another World, which I'm a big fan of that. Even bigger fan of Heart of Darkness. I wish I had my PS1 case with me. I love Heart of Darkness. That game is my childhood, Sergeant Frosty. Heart of Darkness. But if you really want something, if you want something creative, games like this is what used to happen a little bit that was really cool with last generation of PlayStation was like you'd get these creative kind of games. Like, don't go in expecting your average AAA first-person shooter with huge, huge set pieces and big special effects and perfect AAA graphics and everything. It's not like that. That's not what makes this game cool. What makes it cool is how creative and unique and stylistic it is. Like I said, man, I was having a lot of fun with this last night. I did not want to stop playing. I did eventually stop playing to play more No Man's Sky with Julia. But guys, I think this is, if you're in the mood for something that is, just kind of slower paced or whatever, visually, I love the art style. The sound design in this game is excellent. I've got the Pulse headphones. If you have like some good headphones, absolutely wear them. But yeah, and this is all my footage here in the thing. This is just starting out the game. Really, you're going to get the most enjoyment out of this game if you take your time with it. If you're just going to try to blast through it, you're not going to like it. What makes this game fun is taking your time, staying a while, kind of like, I think this game with the PSVR2 version has a slightly better bit of like exploration to it, even though it's mostly a linear like story like path kind of to go on. I think there is this element of exploration and discovery that makes it really cool. There's an element of observation, of just sitting there and observing the wildlife. I feel like this game finally kind of like is what it was originally supposed to be, and thanks to the power of the PSVR2 and some of the stuff. Like I said, there's technical things you can pick apart left and right. It is by no means perfect. While I gave the original game a 6.5, like I said, 6.6, I think it was, I would actually bump this up a little bit to like now like a 7 to 7.2. That's kind of where I'm at now with this. I think it's really enjoyable. I can't wait to jump back into it. One thing I'll say too is like while it's not like this amazing, while it doesn't have like realistic physics, it does have really cool physics. Stuff like grabbing objects and wiping like, moving sand around and, burning objects, cooling objects, using water. This game, my favorite thing about this game probably is the special effects. This game has amazing special effects, and like both visually and gameplay wise, I've always admired the special effects in this. So if you want a full review on the game, you can go check out my old one. But listen, man, $5. Hopefully you picked it up. Go grab it. I don't, with the $5 upgrade, I would absolutely recommend it. Full locomotion, baby. All right. So I just had to get that out of the way because I wanted to give Paper Beast some love because I definitely think it gets the thumbs up. It is absolutely worth the $5 upgrade and worth checking out. I'm enjoying it. Let's see here. Beard of Power 666. What's up, man? Says any trigger effects. I don't think that there's good haptics. There are good haptics in the game. I don't remember trigger effects like adaptive triggers, but there are good haptics. It feels really good. There's a lot of settings you can customize in the beginning. I turned on smooth turning, full locomotion, and I cranked the haptics all the way up, and it feels really good haptics. I think there was some headset rumble in there too, but yeah, man, I definitely recommend if you're into the more artsy style games, more creative style games. That's what this is all about. This isn't your run of the mill first person shooter, action packed, Die Hard, Star Wars, whatever. This is all about the creativity of it, and it's pretty cool, man. Definitely recommend. Play at Home initiative. Thank you, Sergeant Frosty. Hooked Worm. Before I move on, let me answer some questions here. Hooked Worm says, do you think that Paper Beast now utilizes HDR colors? Yes, it is. Well, the graphics aren't like blow you away amazing. The colors are very, very good. What up, Natty? What's up? The colors are very, very good. And yes, it is I'd say it's an exploration puzzle experience for sure. It's a couple hours long. Natty, yes, you did miss my Jim Ryan segment. It's the first 30 minutes of the show. Enjoy. I think you will like it. Sergeant Frosty, hell yeah, man. Good on you, dude. All right, so before we get into the humongous news of the day, oh my God, such exciting stuff going on. Stike Gamer, the VRAF game cat, dude, with the 50 euros, dude. Thank you. You making Astro real happy. Look at him dance down below. Dance, buddy, dance. That's right. Show Stike what your mama gave you. Dude, thank you so much for the donation, man. He says, AJ, finally caught you live. What up, dude? Welcome. I didn't realize you hadn't been here before. Just wanted to let you know that I really appreciate all that you do for us. Looking very much forward to Journey to Foundation. Oh, we're going to talk about that in a minute. I love me some immersive sims. See ya. Thank you so much, Stike. Bless you, my friend. And appreciate the support from all of you guys. You know, I really, you guys keep this thing going. So you are the heart and soul of this channel. Appreciate you. Thank you. And yes, we are Journey to Foundation. Spoiler alert, I'll tell you since you donated, is the second game we're going to talk about. So today, Sony and PlayStation social medias went absolutely ape shit, posting a bunch of announcements, release dates, new games, all sorts of stuff on the PlayStation blog, of course, their favorite place. God, that's another reason I think, another thing that's maybe a small thing that led to the end of the Jim Ryan era. Hopefully, let's hope so. Hopefully they can, you know, this stuff was great, but a lot of this stuff would look great on a state of play too. Some of it was shown on a state of play. So we'll get to that more later. Let's go ahead and plow through these announcements. I've got like a list of like 7 or 8 games that they showed off today. We're going to go in order of what they showed. And that is first, I know Brian was maybe happy about this, but Among Us VR finally got, I guess, an official PlayStation VR2 release announcement. We knew this was coming. This was announced for PlayStation VR back in the day. This is developed by Shell Games. We got an announcement that basically just says it's coming very, very soon. So maybe it'll be an October release, as if, you know, because there wasn't enough stuff in October already. Might as well throw some more stuff. Here's the cool thing. This game is only $10, which is, I think, an excellent price for it. It's a small game. It's a social deduction game. RIP Spaceship Imposter VR. Can we pour one out here? Can we pour one out? Have a cheers for Spaceship Imposter real quick. I still hope that comes out because I just want to see if it's awful. Spaceship RIP Spaceship Imposter VR. No, but Among Us says coming soon, and it's going to be $10. The only thing I've gotten from this trailer is that it's got some new content. It's got a new area or whatever. And it looks like it might have some better lighting, some better graphics. This, going by the trailer, which is, of course, take this with a grain of salt, it looks like it might have some better graphics than the Quest version, which would be great, because it didn't look very good on Quest. It was very flat, as most Quest 2 games are. No lighting, as most Quest games are. And So if there's a visual enhancement, that would be really nice. At the end of the day, most PSVR gamers aren't really super into this stuff. This is more of a kids thing. I think maybe I'm wrong. You can tell me if I'm wrong. I won't argue with you. I enjoyed it, but I was like, yeah, it's fine. I'm also not a multiplayer person, so it's just not my thing. $10 game. Hookworm says $10 game, boring after 2 hours. For me, yeah. I don't even know if I made it that long, but it was fine. It also, I got some really good laughs out of it. It's kind of one of those games where it depends on the people you play with. If the people you play with are the right group and you have a lot of fun with them and they're silly, and they, you have a good time, you'll have some fun with it. And $10, great price. Great. I applaud the $10 price for this, because they could have definitely tried to charge more if they wanted to. I don't think it would have helped them, but I just think it's spot on price. Anyways, so, that was the first announcement. Now, here's the second announcement, and that is, of course, a big one, and that is Journey to Foundation. Ooh! All right, guys. I'm really, really excited about this game. I know we're very, very cautious about our hype levels these days. We don't pre-order anything anymore because we've learned a lesson too many times. Eventually we have to learn a lesson, right? This is, of course, by Archiac VR, who makes good games, by the way, pretty decent games at the least. And this is based on the Isaac Asimov series Foundation, which is basically, funnily enough, because of the announcement of this game, and I'm a big sci-fi guy, and I thought about it and I was like, how have I read Kurt Vonnegut sci-fi novels and not Isaac Asimov, who's like, he's considered like one of the founders of sci-fi novels and stuff, because of, he's introduced some tropes that are still used today, like AI that can't harm human beings, that are programmed to like not harm human beings. Some big deal stuff like that. But to break it down, Foundation is basically about this guy, Harry Seldon. I can't remember his name. Harry Seldon. And he basically uses this math that he created called psychohistory, where it predicts human behavior. And he predicts the fall of the empire, and using this mathematics. And so some of this stuff starts to unravel and come true, and it's kind of like the adventure that goes on with there. So from this game, it seems like he creates this thing called Foundation, the Foundation, which is basically a colonization of a planet that is exiled. And the idea is to preserve history and to reduce the period of time that the human existence or whatever is in peril, is at war and destruction and chaos. And so this game is, it seems like they have you playing as a warden of the Foundation, which is basically like one of the protectors, one of the soldiers, guards, or whatever. And there's lots of elements of this that I think look really cool. To me, when I look at the trailer, I see Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, but good. I'm sorry. I had to say it. No, I'm a big sci-fi guy, as most of you know. And this seems like it has a lot of little elements. It's got, I'm really curious to see just how well it is executed, how well it all comes together. They've had people demo this. I think it was at Gamescom. And so on PSVR2, so that gives me a little bit of confidence that it's not completely dog crap. But and all those of you guys joining right now, welcome and thanks for joining. What's up? Good to see you. Who said that? Yeah, Bearded Power says also hubris. Like, yeah, what I'm hoping is that this game actually is better than hubris, and I think it has a good chance of being that. Hubris I loved as a generic sci-fi adventure shooter. I thought it has really great mechanics and stuff, great graphics, great realism to it. This one seems like graphically, I mean, obviously it's on the Quest as well, and I'm not seeing anything that really shows, and they haven't spoken about it, anything that really shows that it's going to be this visual masterpiece. It seems like it'll just look good, which is fine. As long as it doesn't look like crap, it'll be fine. I'd like to see if there's like any actual PSVR2 enhancements, like lighting, textures, anything like that. I'm not really seeing anything that says that, but look, indie games are indie games. They're not all going to be AAA looking. They don't all have to be AAA looking. What I'm more interested in is the actual goal of the gameplay here. I like how it seems like it's a combination of storytelling, of some shooting, there's some VRAF mechanics. We know Archaeact is capable of this with some of the games they've done in the past. But yeah, I'm hoping this is a really good narrative-driven adventure, a little bit opposite of Hubris, where that focused a lot on the gameplay, a lot on the mechanics to it. This seems like it could potentially add a little flavor with, not only being based off the Foundation series, but a little bit of variety in terms of action, in terms of adventure, in terms of storytelling. It could do that. So this has, of course, gotten a release date. Oh my God, you guys. A release date of not only in October, but that last week of October. Why? Somebody said on Twitter or something, they were like, do developers not know that there's other months than October that exist? And I'm like, dude, at this point, I don't know. At this point, it seems like October is the only month that exists. October 26th is when this is coming out. The good news here is that if you're not into horror games or scary games, you got a big, potentially big, nice game for you there. So that's nice. You're going to have Vertigo 2 earlier in this week, and then you're going to have Journey to Foundation. This is one of the more anticipated games I have, so I hope it turns out really well. I like Archaeact a lot, and I've really been into this sci-fi series of Foundation. I watched the show. I watched both seasons just because of this game coming out. Yes, Scott, that is on the list as well. But yeah, man, fingers crossed. This is one of the games that I think you should absolutely keep on your radar. And we should definitely pay attention to. Hopefully it turns out well. That remains to be seen. It's looking good so far, though. I like that they've demoed it to people on floors, on showcase floors and stuff. That brings me some confidence. That shows me that they're confident, that they're not trying to hide anything, which is something that has been a problem lately. So that's good. Yeah, gonna need a full release soon. So October 26th. I don't think it's available for pre-order yet. Don't pre-order anything anyways. It can be wish listed on the PS Store. All right, next we got, and some of these other games, guys, some of these other games are smaller titles that I'm not really interested in, but because they were mentioned today, I'm going to bring them up and just tell you the basic facts about them. Like Heroes of Forever. I had to look it up because I don't know. This game was also announced today, and it looks to be an arcade-inspired. They call it a cover shooter, but really what I see is kind of a generic-looking wave shooter. The cool parts about it, to me, A, the music seems really cool. I like the music. And B, it takes place across multi-dimensions, which I'm always a fan of. I like the variety there. And then the other thing is that this game can be played either solo or co-op. That's pretty cool. Up to 4-player co-op, I should say. So 4-player co-op confirmed for this. I don't know. I have zero I have little to no interest. Honestly, I don't usually even talk about games I'm not interested in, but whatever. It got mentioned today. Speaking of games I have little to no interest in, I have a little bit, but not much. This is a puzzle game. There is significant news here, though. A puzzle game that was also announced today as the PSVR2 version of Tin Hearts. The significance here is that this will be getting a demo November 2nd. November 2nd, Tin Hearts will be dropping a demo. Apparently, the game released earlier this year. I had no idea. I have no interest in it, especially flat. But they did say one thing that caught my interest, and they said lemmings. And I do like lemmings. I did like humanity for the same reason. So I'll be keeping an eye on this. I'll check out the demo. Or if they send me a review key, I'll check it out. But I honestly, I'm not super interested. Another one that I'm like, eh. Now this does look better than Heroes of Forever. We've talked about this before, and this is Tiger Blade. Tiger is got a release date of November 17th. For those who don't know, this is a ninja inspired or a ninja style arcade shooter slasher, I guess. I don't know, man. Like I love the evolution of arcade games, not necessarily just straight arcade games in VR as much as I used to. For people new to VR, sure, I'm sure it's great, but I don't know. We'll see if this is any good. If this has good gameplay, fun gameplay, I'm more interested in this than I am the other one. So I'll give this one a chance. All right, guys, but that is it for the little games I don't really care about, because there's huge games incoming that I care a great deal about. And that first one is we finally got a release date for one of the biggest sleeper, most anticipated sleeper hits I'm thinking here. And that is the Foglands, baby. Let's go. I almost wanted to put the Foglands on the thumbnail because I am equally excited for, well, I wouldn't say equally, but I'm very, 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 very excited about this. This is, of course, the horror Western roguelike action game that seems really, really cool. I've done a full breakdown on this game before on one of my earlier podcasts, but dude, Foglands is looking dope. Like really, really dope. I love the blend of what it is. And this is a game that these developers have been working on. It's a team of about 15, I think, people. Correct me if I'm wrong there. They've been working on for 15 plus years. I'm sorry, 15 team members. They've been working on for like 5 years or something. This was like it started as a college passion project and just kept growing and growing and growing. Then they got support from Sony to bring it to PSVR2. This game seems really, really cool. I actually, this being the dawn of the roguelike era or roguelite era, I actually don't mind roguelites as long as they have depth. As long as they have depth and variety and good replayability, I'm okay with them. I do not like roguelites that are, a mile wide and a puddle deep. But this game seems really cool. And like I said, I love the style of it. It's interesting that it's coming on Halloween. I don't think that's the best release date for it. I think this would have been I really think some of these games should have aimed for earlier in October. Obviously, depending on where the game is at or whatever. But yeah, man, October 31st, this is coming out on Halloween. I don't think that's going to help it a ton because I don't know. At least it does have like a horror theme to it, which is really nice. But regardless, this game seems really, really awesome. And the developers have been really transparent about this, which I also like. They haven't confirmed eye tracking with foveated rendering. They have confirmed foveated rendering. They have stated that they're super proud of this game, that they think the game, you know, they're trying to do everything they can to make sure the game stays looking nice and crisp, is how they've described it. They post a lot over on Reddit, and they seem like really cool developers. The game is available for pre-order now, and it comes out October 31st. Here's the thing, though. Don't pre-order anything, ever. However, if the developers are brave enough to be here in the chat or comment on this video after, and if you can tell me to my face or my comment section, one of the developers, that this game looks sharp and crisp and looks really, really nice, I will perhaps pre-order it right away. Right away. As long as it doesn't look like shit. I love everything else I'm seeing about it. I'll pre-order it for a friend or something, because I'm hoping to get a review key, because I'm going to need review keys. I'm going to need to lean on review keys quite a bit this October, because that's the only way shit's getting done in time. Otherwise, that's not good. It is just too much. It is too much for one person to handle, with all these games, these big games coming out. There's just not enough time in the day. It's physically impossible. So that being said, I will buy a copy of this for somebody if you can tell me to my face that this game looks really good, and has lots of content and lots of variety. All You Are is History says, I'm your friend, AJ. Just saying. You are my friend, All You Are is History. You're all my friends. This game seems amazing, though. It's available for pre-order, $35.99, $34.99. It's a bit pricey. But it seems really good. I love the mix of shooting. I love the mix of melee combat. They've described the combat as being like kind of like in a bar fight, but then it's got this horror twist. Interesting note, at the end of this trailer, they actually showcased that this will also have a non-VR mode. It's got a flat screen mode, which is very interesting. This is a cool little hybrid title. So I love to see that. Obviously, I'm only interested in the VR mode. But yeah, man, the truth is we've had some really, really good roguelites so far. Even if there's an abundance of them, they've been really good, and more are coming. Synapse was really good. The Light Brigade was really good. There's been some good stuff. So it's a good way. It's a good way to, you know, add content to the game as long as there is depth to it. It works. Synapse didn't have the best depth to it, which really sucked, but it did like get everything else right. In terms of just like the polish, the quality of the gameplay, the experience of it was really nice. The Light Brigade has much better depth, and you know, it may not have the graphics of Synapse, but the Light Brigade has amazing, like really, really good depth and replay value, and really good gunplay too. Let's see here. Yeah, man, I need this game. I need some assurance from the devs that this game looks really good in the headset, that it looks really sharp. Not just like, oh, Johnny C, here we go, guys. Johnny C says devs confirmed eye-tracked dynamic foveated rendering today on Reddit after they had said it has foveated rendering. So if that's true, Johnny C, well, then I've heard enough. That gives me pretty good confidence in this game. We still have to see the depth that it has, the amount of content, but you know, my biggest concern, unfortunately, most of our concern because of what's happened of recent times with Hellsweeper and Green Hell and some other games. Unfortunately, there's been this like horrible thing where games are releasing without finishing the way that it looks, which, by the way, does a lot for immersion. Graphics aren't everything, but when it looks like shit, that causes motion sickness, that causes immersion issues, lots of things. So thank you, Johnny, for the heads up on that. It's great to hear that they have confirmed, allegedly confirmed, eye tracking with foveated rendering. That will do a lot for the visuals there. That is like the number one PSVR2 feature right now. But yeah, man, But believe it or not, my friends, that is not the biggest news of the day for me personally. Before we get to the last topic of the day, I want to see what you guys are saying. Anything you guys want to add on Foundation? Mark Poppin Pringles Leaf says, I have 150 pounds put aside for all these games, which is $183. It's going to be an expensive month, man. But you know what? Keep your money ready, but wait for reviews. Wait for reviews because there's going to be a lot of stuff. And, me, Brian, Wes, Miles, we're going to be telling you what to be getting and what to avoid. You don't want another situation like Green Hell, like Hellsweeper, where it's like, you could have waited. You could have waited a little bit longer. I pre-ordered all these games, and I'm really pissed off that I did. For me, it's okay because I at least get to tell you guys about it. I have a purpose to pre-order, even if I hate it. I should have held off on Hellsweeper, though. I bought it last second, and it got me last second, man. I said, well, at least I can tell people about it and stuff. And they withheld review keys. It's no coincidence that these are the only games that didn't give us review keys. So keep an eye out for that, too. I'm not saying just because they don't give us review keys, it's going to be bad. But I would say do not pre-order shit that doesn't give review keys out until you hear that it's good, because you have no idea of knowing. Oh my goodness. Let's see. All You Are Is History says he has 270 hours in the Light Brigade. Good God, man. I love the Light Brigade. I have maybe like 20 hours, 30 hours in it. I love that game, but goddamn, 270. Good Lord. I still haven't checked out the DLC for it yet either, which I really, really want to. Can't wait to do that. Now it's Ryan. I don't know if Hellsweeper got a graphics update today. I highly doubt that. It is probably, if it did, it is not the graphics update I'm probably looking for. Awesome Tatum says, I finally learned my lesson on pre-ordering. Yeah, after you bought everything. And who knows? I know you're going to pre-order something else. Don't lie to me. Salvador. Love you, Tatum. Salvador, what's up, dude? Good to see you, my friend. Oh shit, guys. I totally forgot. Oh my God. You just reminded me. I'm going to have to get like a trailer for this or something. Maybe I have one. There was some huge news, guys. Huge news. I can't believe I missed this. Maybe I have a trailer for it. Let's see here. Real quick, while I get this ready, enjoy some Astro dancing to some metal real quick while I get this ready. Give me 2 seconds. Quick intermission. Take a pee break. All right. So, guys, oh my God, I can't believe I even forgot about this. But we had the amazing news, from the Wizards over at Vertical Robot. Let's see if this video even works. I don't even know if it is. The amazing news that Red Matter 1 is being remastered and releases I think October 5th is what it was. I don't know if this footage is going to work. Hopefully it does. Maybe it will. But guys, Red Matter Remastered is coming October 5th, I believe. And that is a big deal. I only have footage of Red Matter 2. I apologize. It'll work for now. Guys, I mean, literally one of the biggest games on PSVR 2. The original title is now coming, and that is awesome, man. Red Matter 2, you absolutely this footage is a failed experiment. Red Matter 1, let me say, guys, I absolutely adored. I actually like Red Matter 1 more than Red Matter 2, because I don't know. I just feel like Red Matter 2 is a better technical showpiece. It's a better technical marvel in terms of graphics, in terms of physics, some of the set design, in terms of some variety. But Red Matter 1, I think, is a little bit more focused on these puzzles and everything. And I love the puzzles. I love the cinematic kind of like storytelling of Red Matter 1. So super hyped for this. Now I also remember that we talked about this on Monday's Gamescast, so I don't feel as bad for forgetting. That's probably why. But dude, Red Matter 1, great start to October here. But guys, the main headline from today, funnily enough, was not even a game that was even like featured or showcased. In typical Sony fashion, this game was kind of just thrown into a sizzle reel, and it's like, oh, by the way, here's official confirmation of one of your all's most anticipated game just kind of squeezed into a sizzle reel real quick. And I am, of course, talking about Project Wingman. Guys, Project Wingman is officially confirmed for PlayStation VR 2. It was accidentally leaked earlier this year, and it was accidentally leaked via a German PlayStation blog, and we weren't sure if it was actually happening or not. I've done a couple episodes. I've featured it a couple times on this podcast, where I said, here's some evidence saying that it is in development, and what to expect. And it turns out that those rumors were actually true. And thank God, because this is the closest thing to Ace Combat that we are getting on PlayStation VR 2 right now. I do hope Ace Combat shows up in the future on PlayStation VR 2. But guys, it's real. It's happening. Woo! Project Wingman, now called Project Wingman Frontline 59. I keep wanting to say Frontline 69. I literally wrote where is it? Oh, I wrote both on my notepad here. I've got 59 where I accidentally wrote 69 and scratched it out and wrote 59 and corrected it. I also wrote it on a sticky note where I made a note of it, and I wrote Project Wingman Frontline 69, and I just can't help it, man. Nice in the chat. Guys, so this is huge. Not only, I've got some great news for you guys here. Not only do we have confirmation that one of our most wanted games is coming to PlayStation VR 2, but we've got some hands-on first impressions from people that played it at Gamescom and have a little bit more info as to what to expect. Now, the big significant thing from the trailer today is that at the bottom of the screen, when it was showcased during the sizzle reel, it said expected in 2023. So it could get pushed back to 2024. We'll see what happens. But it is actually planned for 2023, which is nice, meaning we'll get it this year, meaning that we still have some amazing killer releases for the next few months. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets pushed back, but we'll see. If it's already being demoed, it might be closer than we think. But I've got some really important notes that you guys do not want to miss. Really important stuff here. So this is, of course, this game gets compared a lot to Ace Combat series, where it's kind of like a war between factions or something. It's a fictitious world, of course. It is more on the arcade style of gameplay, like Ace Combat is. It's definitely not a sim. It looks like a sim, but it plays like an arcade game, which I'm fine with. But we got some really cool info on here, and this comes from a Redditor named Solid Snake 427. And who also published an article. I gotta cite my sources here. He also published an article. It's all in Spanish, so if you have a translator, you can read it. But it's Desconsolados. Sorry, I tried. Is the website, is where I got these information of hands-on impressions from. But really big shout out to this dude for getting to play it. He's a big fan of the original game on PSVR, the VR version. So this is the awesome news here. First and foremost, Project Wingman Frontline 69 is we're just gonna call it that. Is an expanded version. Guys, it's an expanded version of the original. How many times in the past have we, when we get a VR version, we get a limited, or a like almost vertical slice version of the real game? This is not only the original title, but an expanded version on it, which is really cool. There's a new story, new content. That is awesome. He states that this game has a high resolution. So if we're worried about graphics and stuff, he does mention that the clouds had pretty bad rendering, but other than the clouds, everything else looked really good. So that maybe is something that can be fixed by launch. But he does mention specifically that the game has a really high resolution here overall, and looks really good. Eye tracking has been confirmed for locking onto targets here, which is also really cool. Ace Combat 7 actually had, I think it had like a head tracked lock-on thing for some of the secondary missiles, some of the missiles you could unlock. As you guys know, I was a huge fan of not only the Ace Combat series growing up, but the Ace Combat VR mode that was in there that was like 3 levels. I put like 20, 30 hours into it. I unlocked everything. I beat it on Ace difficulty. I unlocked all the planes, all the missiles, all the secondary weapons, everything. And it was still a lot of fun. I paid $60 for that. 0 regrets for that experience. If Ace Combat 7 was the full game in VR, it might have been my favorite VR game of all time. And that's the thing here. I love games where, I think a lot of VR is about the breathtaking experience of it. And this is definitely one of those, flying, being in the cockpit of a fighter jet. Dude, that's got my name written all over it. Turn and burn, says Beard of Power. Lock and load, says Gustavo Barandas. I love it, man. Nihilist Ryan says, I hope they do the thing in Ace Combat where your windshield gets wet when you fly through it. Yeah, I love the effects on the windshields, flying through the clouds and stuff, the precipitation, or you could even get dirt or ice on your thing if you fly through it long enough. It was pretty cool, man. Lots of stuff to check out there. But let's see here. There's 6, according to Nihilist Ryan, there's 6 more levels being added to the already existing 21 levels. Woo! My God, you guys. Okay, I said it's hard for me to get excited, but again, when there's hands-on impressions, when people have gotten their hands on this, given some impressions, people have played it, the developers aren't hiding from the public and just trying to stealth release it and do the wolves in sheep's clothing thing. I think it's a little safer to get excited about some of these. Love the eye tracking for thing. The other thing is that according to him, it seems like this game could be very, very soon. it could be released. If it's another October release, just F my life, dude. Like, dude, really? At this point, October is so stacked. If it's not early October, like, ugh, I just want them to delay it. Like, or just do a November release. Like, it's the best problem to have, right? It's the best problem to have where there's too many games. But there's just too many good looking games that, like, I just, like Hellsweeper, like, why the fuck did you release Hellsweeper when there's so many other games we could be enjoying? And it's like, I could have waited. I could have waited for Q1 2024 for Hellsweeper. It's just we don't want to be oversaturated, cannibalize the ecosystem too much either. I just don't have enough time. Venser, shout out to Venser. What up, dude? He says I won't be playing anything but horror games in October. Well, and still, even with horror games alone, Venser, you're gonna have your fucking plate full, like really, really full with Phasmophobia, with Madison VR, my most anticipated horror game, with Happy Funland, does the Foglands count? I don't know. Your plate's full as hell. There's just so many releases, guys. There's just not enough time. Again, it's not that I don't want to play all these. It's just like, it's not physically or humanly possible to play these. Distracted says, I love you, AJ, but you were the one who told us it was safe to be hyped for Hellsweeper. I did no such thing. It was a joke. Said that I said, don't pre-order anything. And somebody said Hellsweeper. And I said, okay, maybe accept Hellsweeper. But no, that was a joke. That was a meme. Okay. You don't take memes seriously. Oh man, I did not tell. I said the only game I remember saying to pre-order was Synapse, and that turned out okay. It didn't have the depth that I wanted, but it was still really good and pretty badass overall. What up, Distracted? Love you too, man. All right, so listen though, there's a couple things that we look serious face, like we're all hyped, happy. No, serious time. There's some things that I do think are a little bit concerning, a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. In regards to the launch of Project Wingman, there's a couple things here. There is no Sense controller support as of yet. It doesn't look like there's going to be any Sense controller support. That's fine. However, there's not been any official confirmation of HOTAS support yet. And that's where I'm like, red alert. I imagine there will be HOTAS support by launch. I imagine they'd have to be idiots to not have HOTAS support at launch. And I don't think they're idiots. But at this time, from the early hands-on impressions, there's only DualSense support, which I'm not a fan of. I want either Sense controllers or I want HOTAS support. It's just how I roll. So I'm pretty, I'm confident that they will either have HOTAS support at launch, or if they're dumb enough to release it without HOTAS support and face the backlash of the horrible internet, that they will add it shortly after. I'm sure it will get there and it will be fine. That is the only thing to keep an eye out on that I'm going to be looking for, because I don't want to play this with the DualSense. No, I don't. Nope. It made more sense with the Move controllers and its limitations. No, we have the orbs now, and they're amazing. And we don't need to use the DualSense. No, you're not, GC. You are a genius. You are a big brain. You make big brain games, okay? Don't you worry about nothing. You're good. You're good. I like you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Ace Gamer Cat says hands-on throttle and stick should go without saying. Yeah. I'm like I said, I'm pretty confident they'll have it, but they need to get it there before launch. I remember we had this kind of worry before Star Wars Squadrons came out, and I think like last minute they got it in there, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's a similar thing here. But good God, please add HOTAS support to this. Don't make that mistake of making it DualSense only. That'd be a horrible mistake. Would it still be fun? Yeah, probably, but you'll kill the immersion a great deal, and you will kill a lot of the fun for it. People will not be as interested. You'll kill your sales and whatever. Don't do it. Don't do it. Guys, that being said, this is absolutely one of my most anticipated games. Again, shout out to Solid Snake 427, aka Desconsolados. Desconsolados. God, my Spanish is terrible right now. My fake Spanish is terrible. .com or something like that. You can go find them on Reddit. For the information, love it. Love what I'm hearing about this game. Super excited that this game was officially announced and confirmed. Even if it was confirmed in the weakest of ways by PlayStation. Hopefully this is the like I said, man, this is the end of an era and not a very good one in terms of leadership. So I'm hoping that there's the trickle down effect where some better marketing starts to happen, some actual care and wanting to make money off of PlayStation VR2 starts occurring, because, Big Jimbo, he says everyone thinks of him as a big money guy. Well, I'm looking at 1,001 different ways where he's burning money. And this is probably what led to his retirement at the end of the day. I guarantee it, because he, again, I went on that rant earlier. I forgot to mention some stuff, but I could go on longer, but I will spare y'all. Ace Gamer Cats, thank you so much for the $20 donation. I appreciate you, my friend. He's an ace indeed. Nice shot. It says, yes, more flight sim and more flight and space sims in VR. Let's go indeed, Ace. Because yeah, man, flight sims. We've also got Ultra Wings 2. They said it was coming soon-ish. Ultra Wings 2 is also going to be good, so keep an eye on that. I like that game. GC says she's only donates via Patreon. Shout out to these lovely Patreon bonds. Thank you for supporting me on there. I'm hoping to have more content on there soon. I'm drumming up new ideas, not only my written reviews for games, for every single game, but I've got some ideas for Patreon that should be a lot of fun. So shout out to y'all that support me there. Shout out to y'all that support me here for donations. At some point, I'll try to get memberships going. But guys, October, get freaking ready. Hold on to your butts, because October looks absolutely ridiculous right now. We've got we're starting the month with like Red Matter 1 remastered, Ghost Signal, a Stellaris game, some other stuff, and then towards the end of the month we've got like Madison VR, Journey to Foundation. On Halloween, we've got Happy Funland and Foglands, and Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. There's so much stuff coming out in October. It is redonkulous. The best, I reiterate, the best problem to have, my friends. You guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out today. Thank you so much. I hope I made your Thursday suck just a little bit less. For those of you wanting my show on podcast services, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm still working on that. I'm just been really busy playing lots of stuff. Again, best problem to have. But yeah, I want to get that going for you guys. And definitely got some awesome things in the works for you. And yeah, man, super, super duper excited about this next month coming. GameCat Chicago says, order Popeyes now. I'm back on my diet, man. But I tell you what, I did order KFC. I almost ordered Popeyes, but my girlfriend was like, no, it's too spicy. And so I didn't. And we ordered KFC. But let me tell you, man, KFC was really good. I haven't had KFC in like 20 years. And it was really good. We got a bucket of extra crispy and some mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese and some biscuits. and holy shit. And their hot sauce, it was fire. It was good. I know Popeyes might be considered better, but let me tell you, I got KFC on a good night. Oh, man. Anyways, y'all are the best. Thank you so much, man. I can't wait to catch up with you more soon. I got to work Saturday. Otherwise, I do something. Maybe I'll try to squeeze something else in somewhere else. But yeah, more stuff to come, man. Y'all are the best. You have a wonderful night. Shout out to you, Game Cat Chicago, Scott Jesco, PSVR Game Cat for Life, Emily Baxter. It says she like, oh, you like Church's Chicken. What do you know about Church's Chicken? Are you in the U.S.? Aren't you in the UK or something? What do you know about Church's Chicken? GC13 says GG to you, GC. Great tantrum. JB in the house tonight, my man. Interesting. Says the Popeyes sides are better. I would think it would be the opposite. I would think Popeyes chicken is better. Anyways, this is a discussion for another day. Looper, the underground game cat, says Saturday comeback when? I don't know, man. Just as soon as I can, though. Markio, the Game Cat Dojo deceiver, you traitor bastard. Love, man. Bremen, 1973. Good to see you, my homie. As always, Beard of Power 666. Got to jump back into some No Man's Sky sometime. Y'all have a wonderful night. Be good, be safe, be good to each other. et.2k9.now. And enjoy the good times ahead now that, I don't know. I sense good things ahead. Chrome Colossus with the Dino. Silver Nexus, my dude. It says, take care, be merry, and game on underground. And on that note, I'm out. Peace out.